me start recording. Alright, so we previously did uDraw Studio Instant Artist, but that's actually a sequel. It's like an enhanced upgrade to this version that is just called uDraw Studio. So we're going to be playing the original, which from what I can gather is basically the same drawing tool. It just has like less, I think it has less features. I'm going to be real, I don't really know. I guess we're going to find out. Also, let me plug in the... I need to plug the controller into the tablet. I'm gonna be real, I also don't know how... I don't know how this is supposed to sit, like, nicely in the like, side of the thing. It's kind of impossible for the remote to fully nicely sit in the tablet, because the strap is in the way. It's like, what the fuck do they want you to do with that? I feel like you either have to, like, awkwardly string it out from the back, or you, like, dump it into the side. I'm trying to find out the best way to make this work. What the fuck did I do last time? I don't even remember what I did last time. Wish you guys could see this, but I don't feel like streaming with my camera today. Okay. Oh, I actually found... Okay. I found the strat. There's like a little side compartment to like shove the strap into. And that worked quite successfully. Okay. Beginning controls. Paint or select items by pressing down on the point of the stylus. Okay. Try clicking on the glowing arrow. Wait, what? Why is this not working? Hello? Did this game freeze? Try clicking on the glowing arrow. The pen is not working. I'm gonna like reconnect the controller because I don't know why it's not. Oh, now it's working. Okay, well now I need to shove the fucking strap thing back in. I'm not gonna lie, guys, this tablet is not built the best. I'm gonna say they should fire whoever made this, but THQ went bankrupt because of this, so I don't think that's necessarily what we have to worry about. What's the reply? What's up, Easy Games? Oh, thanks. Oh, I'm glad that not just one, but two people fixed it. Thank you. Thank you, Easy Games and Xander. I'm glad. I'm glad we have people on standby to fix my photography mistakes. Oh yeah, I forgot this tablet is lefty phobic as well, because it has the fucking Wii remote on the left side, so I have to rest my hand like on top of the Wii remote, which is kind of awkward. I mean, the Wii remote in general is kind of like not meant for left-handed people, because most Wii games you're meant to hold the Wii remote in your like right hand. Like if you're using like Wiimote and Nunchuck, most things are like that. I don't know what I've been drawing here. Hey, what's up, Swaggy? So I don't know how to do the S like Superman symbol, TBH. Oh, here's all the tools. Yeah, so we're just gonna draw for an hour. It took me 3 minutes to set up the gamepad, so we'll stop at like an hour and 3 minutes. Wait, what is people? But yeah, how is everyone doing tonight? I've admittedly been kind of a mixed bag mentally. So this stream is kind of serving as a nice distraction right now. How do I go back? Can I just press the B button? I can. Oh, it just... I want to go back to just normal. Sure. I honestly don't know how to draw the S symbol. I know there's like a strategy, right? There's like, you have to like draw like... I'm gonna be completely real. I don't know how to do that. That is, outside of my range. Oh. When did I switch to the paint bucket tool? Did not mean to do that. Yeah, let's switch to a pen, please. Current palette. Sure. I can do like really shitty star. I can do a really shit stick figure. I am not an artist. I had a drawing phase in both elementary and middle school off and on a little bit. But I can't say I ever was... I can't say I was ever that good at it. I mean, I feel like I started developing, like, slight skills in middle school for a little bit, but then by the time I did that, I kind of just stopped. Like, I made some, what I think are kind of okay drawings for, like, a, you know, like, how old would I have been? Like, 12 or 13 years old. What are the... There's, like, other modes in here, right? How do I, like, go back to the main menu? I want to save. And then... Can I... Please. And then I think this is the exit button? Yeah. Yeah, Gartic phone on Wii. Also, you guys may have noticed that I tweaked my layout a bit. To streamline it a bit. I removed the game box art. Because I feel like that's a little redundant. If you're seeing the game I'm playing. If you really want to look up the box art, you can just Google the game. I kind of just streamlined it and out. I feel like the only information you really need to know is like the game timers and like how many games I've beaten. I feel like that's really the main things people care about. I did that to prioritize having more screen real estate on the stream layout. You may notice that because I removed some of those other things, the game on the stream is a lot bigger, which I think is a good thing. Gallery tutorials. Let's see the tutorials here. Tell me more about palettes.
In addition to the color bar, you can also choose colors from the color palette.
I met Peter Griffin. Yeah,
can be switched out at any time
that is a photo.
Selecting
that
one
is
of the pre-made
that is now in existence.
Or by making your own. Clicking on any color in the wheel will give you that color to paint.
Fucking Myra drew like a Family Guy version of my dragon character.
To create your own palette, simply click on the lock icon next to the palette.
Okay, this is just telling you how to like use the interface in the game. I guess that's nice.
Once you have something you like in all of the positions, you can then select the lock icon to lock them all into the wheel.
Thanks. Paint. Oh, it's a coloring book? Let's do that. Abstract. Okay, these are like random patterns. I guess that makes sense for abstract. Oh. European city scene. Let's do rolling hills. That's just literally the background of it. Okay. Give me a red. I am also just not really steady with my hands, too. Infamously, I'm not the most steady with my hands. Gonna draw a... Whoop. What's the undo button again? 1? Forget. Or is it minus? It's minus, okay. On the Wii remote. I will say this tablet is not like the worst thing in the world. It does, for a Wii accessory, it works like pretty well. I can't really complain. My only complaint is that it can be a little bit of a pain in the ass to get like the Wii remote to properly fit, because you, again, like I was complaining about earlier, it took me 3 minutes to get the Wii remote like properly seated into it, because you have to like shove the wrist strap into like this little side area that isn't really that big. And because of that, it's very easy sometimes to not shove it in all the way in the exact angle that you're supposed to. But you have to do that to make sure the Wii Remote sits like flush all the way down. Hey, what's up, Golden? How's it going? Yeah, well, that's not a inner circle. How do I switch? I forget the... Oh wait, no, I just undid. No, how do I redo? Oh, okay, that's the button for redoing. Oh, okay, that like zooms it out. Okay. I'm doing as alright as I can be. Admittedly, I've not really been the best, but I'm hanging in there. Let's select... Why is it not allowing me to select a color? There we go. Cool. Wait, no, it's on paint. I don't want the paint bucket tool. I don't know which one we were using before. Was it that? Oh, now it's like a lot more finer. Which, I mean, I guess is fine. Do I really want to sit here and doodle this whole thing, though? Oh, I'm horrible at staying in the lines. Jesus. Oh my god, I'm so bad. I am not an artist. My creativity mostly is in the form of like media production, like video and audio editing and like scripting and researching and shit. Like I can do certain visuals, but not like drawing. Like I can like edit images. I'm not good at like drawing stuff from scratch. Yeah, I mean, you haven't been missing out on much. I've been a lot quieter on the internet lately. I've kind of taken a hiatus from a lot of my internet stuff lately. I haven't uploaded a video in, like, I think, like, 3 months now, like 2 to 3 months. I got really burnt out on everything, so I kind of just stopped doing everything for a bit. I stopped editing, I stopped making videos, and I stopped, like, editing for other people, because I was just burnt out on just the whole working on video stuff. And I've also been I've been in unemployment hell lately trying to find a job, which has been really stressful, because I'm kind of broke as shit right now. I admittedly don't know where I would be financially right now if it wasn't for my girlfriend, because I don't even have enough money to pay the rent that just came up. I had to pay like half of it because I'm trying to find a job right now that won't kill me. Because I did get a job like a week and a half ago, but I quickly figured out how horrible it was, both physically and mentally, and how poorly managed the whole thing was, that it was just not worth my health to continue going there. And while it may have not been financially the smartest decision, I would rather be, like, extra broke than have to keep doing that. Yeah, social media is just kinda sucks, man. I'm like barely on social media nowadays. I mostly just watch YouTube videos and like that's it. I don't like browsing Blue Sky. I haven't been using Twitter in a few years. I refuse to use that shit ever again. I refuse to like have like a Facebook or like an Instagram or a TikTok. I think TikTok is like, I hate to like sound like a boomer, but I seriously think that like the whole TikTokification of the internet is like kind of a cancer on like the social side of like how we're being raised now. Like, I don't think that shit is good for us, man. I don't think it's good. Also, what's up, Laser Trap? I don't know if I said hey. My my brain is so split. Yeah, no, the job I tried just like completely physically killed me. It it took me like almost a week to physically recover because it like really fucked up my skin issues that I'm having. I admittedly need to get seen for that at some point, but I've also, the number one priority has just been trying to find income right now, because on paper that wouldn't be my number one priority and I would fix my other issues first. But sadly we're in a world where you can't always prioritize what you actually should be prioritizing. Hate to say it. I just don't think Twitter is worth it. I kind of just hopped off the ship after, you know, the whole X shit. And I'm not saying Blue Sky is like that much better. Like I mean I think Twitter definitively is like worse, but I don't think Blue Sky is that much better either, because it's basically just the new Twitter. It's basically just Twitter if you go back like 10 years. Because it has like the same like culture, except instead of it being more right wing, it's just a left wing, and there's the same infighting. And it just makes you, social media as a whole just makes you a worse person. I've noticed that so much lately. I'll be having a good day, and I'm having good thoughts, and I'm just in my zone. And then I go on social media for 10 minutes, and by the time I'm done with it, I like want to start an argument about something that nobody in the real world is caring about because it doesn't fucking matter. Like, you know how much stupid trans infighting there is? Like, I swear to God, there's like a new terminally online trans drama like every like 1 to 2 days on social media. There are so many hyper niche things that like so many other trans people don't even know about because, you know, they actually go outside. But there's like these few fuckers on these sites that just like talk about something that nobody's actually, like, there's no point in arguing about it. And even things that deserve to be argued about, people just take it like way too far. Like, you know, I think there is a time and place to, you know, debate and discuss things. But I hate on like social media, you're just kind of like, I don't even know how to describe it. You're having to constantly defend yourself. Like, that's just how social media is. Like, you're just not allowed to exist on your own sometimes. I guess that's why I've been using social media lately as a way to just post something and then hop off lately. Oh, damn it. I need to make smaller steps, so if I make a mistake, I don't have to undo it. Yeah, that's fair, Swaggy. I know people that use it for very specific things like that. Yeah, like, you have to be on the right side of this, and God, yeah. And, like, sure, there are many valid things that, you know, I think we should be having discussions about, and, like, people should be, like, on the right side of, you know, certain things, but, like, social media just takes that to such an extreme. It's like the fucking, like, people will always just find ways to, like, do a gotcha online. Like, I've seen this one shared around many times from ages ago. Like, I think it was like a Twitter post where it's like, you know, if you say I like waffles, somebody will be like, oh, so you hate pancakes? And it's like, no, that's like a whole different fucking sentence. Like, you're just trying to make an argument. Like, that's just what social media is. Like, people will just start creating new sentences just for new drama. And sure, here and there, there are certain things in different communities that need to be addressed. But it's like, after a certain point, it's not healthy, like, sinking yourself into it. Like, you know, unfortunately, sometimes some big figure online will do something shitty, and it has to be called out. But then people just get, like, way too... They just, like, waste their life with it, and it's like... I understand, but, like, you realize that you can, like, give yourself a little bit of, like, space with this. Like, you don't have to be, like, live posting every single thing that's happening in your community every day. Like, that is so draining, dude. Yeah, there have been many times where, like, I like agree with somebody on something, but they still are like trying to argue with me, and it's like, why? I don't know. I feel like I'm kind of talking in circles at this point. Yeah. But yeah, I'm kind of realizing there's more to life. And I've had too much shit in my life right now to even really be worrying about social media. Like, I've been job searching and, you know, trying to work on my mental health a bit, which, you know, has been admittedly kind of all over the place lately. Because I've been kind of having, like, a bit of seasonal depression. And I can tell you for a fact, social media does not help that, which is why I've been mostly off it. And I'm glad I at least have learned that, because even like a year ago, I would have been sinking myself so much more down social media. And I won't admit that I still don't do, like, I still do it once in a blue moon. Unfortunately, it still does suck me in once in a while. But I'm glad that it's not like a constant everyday thing for me anymore. I can't be living like that. I really can't. Yeah. Yeah, it's okay to like be a little different. I mean, like, obviously there are like different moral things where it's like, yeah, you probably like shouldn't be friends with that people. Like, you know, I don't think of you too highly if you're like hanging out with conservative people. I don't, whatever. But like, you know, if it's just somebody like, people will like stop talking to one another or cause an argument just because they don't like a TV show or something, and it's like, grow the fuck up. Like, it's okay to not like things or have different tastes in things. Like, not everyone is gonna like watch the same shows or like listen to the same music as me, and like that's okay. There is one invalid taste of music though, and that's modern country music, and I stand by that. But besides that, I can get along. I don't fucking get modern country music. I kind of hate that that's like the trend in modern music right now, like on like mainstream charts. Like, why is the Billboard charts just full of like Morgan Wallen bullshit? Like, the music's not that good. It's basically just like, I hate to say it, but it's kind of just like a reflection on like modern American individualistic conservatism bullshit. Like, it's just trash music. Like, I hate to like say that about like a specific genre, but like I genuinely like every single person I've come across who has liked that music has not been a good person. I hate to generalize that, but like everyone that I've gotten along with has agreed that modern country music sucks. I have not found a person my age that I've vibed with who likes that kind of music. And I apologize if you're like the one person out there that does listen to that, and maybe you are an alright person. But all I'm telling you is, you know, you can do better. And it's okay, there's a new year coming up. Maybe you can listen to better music next year. Oh yeah, I got my Spotify Wrapped. Yeah. Um, it's not that surprising. It's, if anything, it's like mostly similar to at least the artist is mostly similar to last year. Um, it's mostly just like hyper pop, and then Juice World was still my number one, but by like a less slimmer margin this year. I've been casually phasing a lot of his music out because I'm kind of past my needing to be sad all the time era, and a lot of his music is kind of towards that. I've removed a lot of his songs from my playlist recently. I bet you next year my top artist will probably not be him for the first time this decade. Yeah, 4 out of the 5 of my top 5 artists were the same from last year. The only new addition was water parks, because I got really into them earlier this year, if anyone is familiar. I will have to look into that, Pigeon. I will look into that in my own time. But yeah, I'm doing okay, all things considered. I was kind of ranting about the reasons why I'm not that okay earlier, but I'm considering everything going on. I am trying my best in this in this current world we have. I think things could be a lot worse, even if they're like not the most amazing across the board. I at least do have many things that I am thankful for. Like at least my life is a lot more stable. I am for the first time in my life, I am in a household that I feel 100% safe in. First place I've ever felt that way, 100%. It's nice sharing that with someone that I know actually like cares about me. I'm very grateful for my girlfriend. I honestly don't know what I would be doing right now without her. Keeps me going in a lot of ways. Yeah. Even if I'm dealing with a lot of things right now, the further I've gotten away from my family, the better my life definitely has gotten as a whole. Unfortunately, the greater stability in my life kind of brought out a lot of other trauma things that I wasn't really able to work on, just because, it's hard to really notice a lot of those things until your life stabilizes, but I've been working on it one day at a time. There's a lot of like different trauma responses and stuff that I didn't really realize I had until I finally had a stable environment. Because now that I'm in a stable environment, those responses are kind of jarring. Now that I'm not in like abusive scenarios, yeah, yeah. Shoutouts to therapy. I recommend that. If you are not in therapy and you have the resources to do that, I recommend it. Even if you think you're fine, I think you should do it anyways. I think if you have the resources, do it. I'd like, even if you think you're like fully together, I think it's still a great thing. But yeah, it's helped me get through a lot of my trauma and my stress and whatever. I just had mine earlier today, and actually I'm doing an extra session tomorrow just because of how like extra crazy things have been lately. Because things again, like even though things have been more stable, I've unfortunately been kind of mentally a little all over the place. I'm happy to say that at least as of now, like entering this week, I've stabilized myself a bit. But I'm kind of worried about it going the other way again, because I have had some kind of unstable episodes the last month. Like, there was a point where I kind of was concerned for my safety a little bit, but I'm happy to say that that is not really a concern I'm having anymore as of now, and hopefully that will stay. Yeah. I feel like a lot of my existence is just, I completely live off of hope and spite. A lot of spite. I have been living off of spite my entire life. One of the only reasons sometimes I keep going in my darkest moments is so I can completely, you know, go against every single person that doubted me and, you know, fucked me over. I live off of spite so much. Spite is a very powerful tool that I think a lot of traumatized people may be able to relate to, because it can be the best way to cope in those situations. I have many reminders that I have around me, both physically and just like mentally, and on my devices and stuff that I look at, and it keeps me going every single day. I want to do everything I can to outlive every single person that has wronged me. And I think that's a pretty healthy way to cope with otherwise really fucked up things, you know? But yeah, for my sake, I've been just kind of unplugging myself from everything, in a lot of ways, because humans were not meant to have access to the news we have now. Humans were not meant to have social media or the 24-hour news cycle. That's just not how we're supposed to live, and that's not how the human brain is supposed to healthily consume new information. Like, sure, I look at things enough just to, you know, stay in the know about certain things happening. Like, you know, I'll here and there tune into, you know, like I'll look at like some local news and stuff and, you know, be aware of what may be happening around me or just what's, you know, what to maybe brace myself for. But it is just not healthy to just be looking at your screen every single day and just seeing every piece of news from all over the world. It's just, we were not meant to be consuming that. That's how you get doomerism, and, like, that's just how you get deeper in the trenches, and, like, that's exactly what, like, fascists want you to do. Like, they want you to be overwhelmed and, like, hopeless. That's why you just gotta live in spite. Like, yeah, sure, I can think about the fact that, like, a lot of society doesn't, like, accept me in one way or another. But at the same time, I can also view it as, like, from just a spiteful angle of, like, I think it's, like, kind of funny that, like, my existence is just really in the mind of people that much, and, oops. Like, I just live rent-free in people's heads like that. And the more I keep going, the more it, you know, angers those people. Like, boo-hoo. Get with the fucking times. Like, there's many times I've noticed in public over the last year where people have definitely clocked me as being trans, and, you know, they'll give me dirty looks, or I hear them, like, saying things behind my back. And it's like, sure, certain times that can like feel a little shit, but like the best way to handle it really is just living in defiance of all the shit going on. You like you can't let that stop you. You need to be stronger than that. And I'm not saying it's easy to do that, but that's how you see change in the world. You just gotta keep going despite what other random fucks say. Because nobody else gets to control your happiness and your joy. I don't even know what I was originally discussing. I feel like I kind of just went on like a inspirational rant. Let's see. Oh, why am I on the eraser tool? How do I... Was it this one I was on? I don't know. Oh, I didn't mean to make it. That's fine. Yeah, no, I've just been trying to find different things to make me happy, and distract myself a bit. It's okay to like healthfully rot sometimes, if that makes sense. Like it's okay to do that in healthy ways, you know. If you're able to afford it, if you're able to do it, and you need a day where you just need to sit around and just like watch YouTube videos and just like listen to music, like go for it if you're able to do that. That's basically me today. Or like the other night, instead of letting thoughts run over me, I've been playing Mario Wonder again lately. I love that game so much. I've been using my Switch a little bit more for the first time in a while. I admittedly haven't really used my Switch in a while until recently. Yeah. It's okay to have like distractions in your life, and you know, things that ground you. That's healthy. You know, you gotta find healthy coping mechanisms. You know, if that means, you know, reading some books, or, you know, getting really into a TV show, or, you know, doing some writing, like just like journaling. I've been doing some of that too. Like, I will just open up my phone and I will just write like a random like 500 word like note, you know, in my notes app on my phone. And sometimes you just need to do that. And it's okay to do that sometimes. Or... yeah. I've been trying to get better at not valuing myself based off my productivity. I think every single person needs to do their best to, why is this not exiting the menu? This is like glitching out of it. Hello? Oh, there we go, okay. I forgot the button for a second. I think everyone needs to do their best job at, like, killing the forced capitalist in your head. Because even if you're very against it, it's so ingrained in this society that it becomes a fucking brainworm. Especially with my upbringing with my family, where any slight moment that I didn't do anything, they basically would just view me as, you know, lazy and pathetic and attention-seeking. Like, there's so many times where in retrospect I was just having, like, ADHD moments where they would just start calling, you know, they would just start saying all that shit about me. not getting diagnosed for that shit until you're an adult is quite a fucking mental ride, that's all I will tell you. It's kind of a lot having to, like, recontextualize your entire life in multiple ways. Because I first had to do that 2 to 3 years ago with the whole trans stuff, and then I had to do it completely again this year with the ADHD stuff, because I got diagnosed with that in May, so that's still, like, relatively recent, for me. That's still a very recent, revelation. It's something that I've thought I've had for the last few years, but actually getting that confirmed just kind of, like, is when it really just opens everything up. It really hits you harder. Because now there's so many moments in retrospect that I view completely differently now. And it's just like, damn. A lot of it kind of sucks, but, you know. The only thing you can really do is just move forward and just make the best of the knowledge you have now and use that to better yourself going forward. Damn, we've already been going for like 40 minutes. That kind of flew by. Yeah, I'm gonna go for like another like 20-ish minutes, because yeah. That's kind of my rule for these games that aren't really games. It's like to play them for an hour. I think that's like a very fair thing to do. I think drawing for an hour is a reasonable goal in a game that is basically just a drawing program. Ooh, my hand is like cramping up a little bit. I am convinced I have arthritis in my hand. Because this is not even like a recent development. This is something I've been dealing with for a long time. I dealt with like hand pain when writing like a lot in school. This is not like a new revelation. I mean, I already have arthritis in my knees, so I don't think that's the most far-fetched assumption. I do not recommend having autoimmune things that you can't control. Cannot give that a good rating. Unfortunately, those things for me tend to get worse this time of year with like the huge weather changes. I feel like the cold makes the issues I have a lot worse. So this time of year is historically very hard for me, and I've been trying to find more and more ways to survive it. Because I admittedly have noticed more recently that I've been like isolating myself again, and I probably need to not do that. I mean, obviously it's okay to like have some me time, but I've been noticing that I've been kind of starting to like ignore, you know, messages from different people and stuff like that, and it's really not that good. Later today, there's probably a couple people I should message and be like, hey, sorry for not responding. I'm glad nowadays, though, that I surround myself with people that are very forgiving and understanding, and I don't really feel like anyone that I have in my life, in my day-to-day life, judges me, which is really nice to know. Because that is not a luxury I had in my life up until this point. That is a pretty new thing for me. Why is it on the eraser? How do I switch it back to... That's not what I want to do. No, that's not what I wanted to do. Do I just have to... I didn't want to do the bucket. Sure. I don't understand why sometimes pressing the button on the pen backs it out, but then sometimes I have to press a B on the Wii, like on the Wii remote that's hooked into the controller. The controls for this game, oh my god! And this keeps happening. It keeps switching to the eraser because you want to know what the eraser button is? The eraser button is 1 on the Wii remote, and you want to know why I keep hitting that? It's because the Wii remote is on the left side of the gamepad, and the drawing part is on the right side. So since I am left-handed, my hand sits on the left side of the gamepad. This controller fucking sucks for lefties. I'm trying to think. Is there anything preventing me really from just doing this the opposite way? That's something I may have to experiment with after I finish this one. Does it work upside down? The controls are reversed. Unfortunately. Yeah. Yeah. The gamepad stylus, it's doing it in reverse now. I do not like that. I think I would rather deal with the Wii remote shit than that. Unfortunately, for someone who's left-handed, I picked a really bad console to do a console challenge for, because a lot of Wii games are built for right-handed people. Like pretty much every Wii, like most Wii remote and nunchuck games work best with the Wii remote in your right hand, but I prefer having the Wii remote in my left hand. I've already run into this issue multiple times in my challenge where the controls bother me a bunch, and then I realize it's because it's meant to be played with the Wii remote in the other hand, and then the controls work fine, but then I have to get used to how weird it feels in my hand. Like, I ran into that issue with fucking Pets Horses 2. God. That game. What a title. Also, for anyone who's curious, I'm deciding to play the rest of these uDraw games in the order of their release date. And this was one of the ones that came out on launch. After this, we will play one of the other ones that came out on launch, which will not be a drawing tool, which it'll be like an actual, like, fleshed out game. So I'm pretty sure one of the other ones. I have to check. But I think one of the next ones I'm gonna be playing for this is like more of a platformer, so that should be a little bit more involved. So fortunately, in like 15 to 20 minutes, we will be playing an actual game. I will admit, though, that doing this is kind of nice. Doing this while just talking to chat is kind of fun. I'm actually not minding this too much right now. Let's see. There we go. God, I really hate being a lefty for this controller. It's probably my #1 complaint. I really hate that so many hand designed things are built around right-handed people. Like, you know, my #1 pet peeve in high school? Fucking right-handed desk. Like, you know those desks that certain classrooms will have where it's not just a rectangle? It's like a rectangle, but then there's an armrest that pops out, but it's on the right side. Because you know, it's meant for right-handed people where their hand is going to lean on the right side when they write. But, like, for me, that was always so... Ugh. And there were some classrooms where that was, like, the only option, so I had to just sit at a desk that wasn't built for me, and writing was just always kind of awkward. I genuinely have a vendetta against whoever made right-handed desks. Not a fan. Oh my god, it came out with the... Why are the controls of this so inconsistent? Cause why is it not getting rid of the... Last time I was able to press 1 again, and it got rid of... It switched back to the normal drawing tool, but this time it's not. That's another complaint I have about this game, at least in particular, is the controls are not consistent at all. I know for a fact, like 5 minutes ago, when I accidentally activated the paint bucket with my left hand, my left arm, I was able to press 1 and it switched back, but this time I had to manually go into the menu. Yeah, because you may have noticed that sometimes I do that and sometimes I don't. And also, there are times where I'm trying to I'm trying to activate the menu here on the pen, and it's just not working. There we go. It's so inconsistent. Give me that one, sure. Yeah, sure. Yeah, real controlling hours. These will be controls in the year 2035. Let's try to color one of the long ones here. Oh yeah. There we go. Yeah, unfortunately this is not a good drawing tool for left-handed people. I would argue this isn't really the best drawing tool for... Wait, actually, I just realized something. Okay, the menu only comes up if you click a certain half of the button on the pen. If you click it towards the upper part of it, the menu comes up. If it's on the lower half, that's the one for drawing. Okay. I at least have discerned that. To be fair, there definitely is control somewhere that will tell you that. But I was kind of just eager to get into this and just, you know, draw. Because, you know, I already played the other one and I was able to get through that just fine. But to be fair, most of my playthrough of the other one was more me just messing around with the different tools rather than actually trying to focus on drawing or coloring something. Okay, so I have figured out one of this game's inconsistencies. It still doesn't explain some of the other ones, though. Still not sure what to say about some of those other ones. Yeah, no matter what, we're gonna, you know, quote-unquote beat this game today. And then... I'm not sure how long the other games will be. I think I have an idea of which one I'm gonna play after this, because I think there's... I have to check, but I think there were two other ones that came out on launch. Actually, I know one of them was Pictionary, and one of them is a platformer called Big Dude's Adventure. I'm not sure if chat has a preference for which one I should play first. I'm kind of leaning towards the platformer, just because Pictionary is also not really a traditional game, and I feel like it'd probably be good to break up the pacing. But I'm not opposed to playing either one. I'm still kind of debating it in my head. Let's see. Let's do some yellow. There's not that much yellow on here in comparison to, like, purple. I'll do a couple of those. So also, how does Pictionary work with one person? Because isn't Pictionary meant to be, like, a multiplayer game? I'm not sure how that's supposed to work. Maybe you can play against, like, CPUs, but I don't know how that works. No worries, Golden. I hope you have a good rest of your day. Appreciate you coming by, catching up a bit. Hopefully we'll see you around sooner next time. Have a great night. Okay. Whoops. I honestly may just finish the timer on this when I just complete this photo. And that'll be my completion goal for this game, is just finish a drawing. Finish coloring a drawing. I think that's a good goal for this game. Besides having to fiddle with the controls, I will say, this is, like, kinda calming. Kinda vibe with this. What shade of purple do I want, is the question. Get a very dark shade. Ooh, excuse me. Did not think that burp would come out like that. I have felt that brewing up for the last 10 minutes, and then it just popped out of nowhere. Must be the Taco Bell I had earlier. And for anyone that's wondering, you said you're broke, why are you getting fast food? I only paid $1 because I had a reward and a $5 gift card. So I actually only paid like $1, which I feel like is not that bad for getting fast food that gives me like 2 meals. Because I still have some for later. I'm probably gonna have the rest of that after I end stream. Whoops. Excuse me. Ooh. Oh, we're almost done with this, actually. Because I think... yeah, the only one left is the... that one up there. What do we want to end with? It's a nice green. Guess we could do that. Or whoops. And then once that's done with, we will move on to the next one. I guess I could color these like inner spots too, actually. I'm just gonna do a more consistent color with this. We'll do, sure. Yeah, because these are inside. I think it's fair to color these parts too. Yeah. And then that can mark the end of this. Can't say I've really cared about fully staying in the lines because with how precise this is and how unsteady my hands are, that is just not realistic. to be fair, I could have just used like fill-in tools for like the paint bucket tool for like these sections. But for me, I feel like for what I'm doing right now, just trying to like unwind and yap, I feel like that's a little less fun. So, whoops. Hey, I believe that's all of it, right? I don't think there's any. No, it looks like I've colored everything in here. All right, let's save this. Not sure I'll ever play this game again, but you know, we'll save it just because we can. Might as well. And yeah, that was uDraw Studio. GG's. I think that was a pretty reasonable goal to finish painting. Let's see. Let me pull up the spreadsheet. We'll still do this. I want to start picking my own games. But we can still do this part where I give it a rating and stuff. What did I give the first one? A 5? Yeah. I think that's still pretty fair. Because I feel about the same about this one. Like, it's fine. I'm not gonna say it's amazing, but it's it's fine. 1, because I mean, yeah, anyone can pick this up and play it. Do I recommend this one? Yeah, I'm probably gonna do the same as the other one. Like, it's fine, but I don't think you need to go out of your way to like buy this tablet. I think it does work well as a Wii game, though. I think it does work well. Oh, wait, you guys can't see what I'm typing in here. There we go. There's not really much else to say about this game, to be honest. Drew her colored in an abstract design from the coloring book section. Okay. Alrighty, cool. Cool. Hello, Voided. What is up? Okay. We'll stop the recording for that one.